How you doing, YouTube? Glowing Double O Cabbage here, back for another video. And this time I will be talking more about the records that I picked up from my friend Peter a while back, who is very seriously downsizing his collection. The guy is an incredible music lover, and I greatly appreciate him thinking of me first with these. These were each $1. I'm just incredibly lucky, and I'm thankful for it. There's two other videos that I've made in this series. So I got 60 records or so for $1 each, and I'm doing 10 or so at a time, sometimes a little bit more. The one that we're listening to in the background is one of the records that I got for $1. It's sort of a compilation, an ECM compilation, and it is just killer. Like, didn't know what to expect, you know. I really love ECM records, don't get me wrong, but I just really didn't know what was going to be on this. And this is ECM. It just says the most beautiful sound next to silence, right there. And ECM Volume 1. And I really need to look at the record to tell you exactly what's on here, but this is David Torn, Stephen Tibbetts, Keith Jarrett, Jan Garbarek, and Masqualo and Gary Burton Quintet. This is really, really great. I love this. It's really all over the place. As you can hear in the background, it's very sort of, I don't know, an Eastern sort of feel to this tune. I do believe this is Chick Corea too. I'm not certain, but anyway, just great, excellent album. ECM compilation, the most beautiful sound next to silence. I would love to get Volume 2 of this. I only have Volume 1, but really awesome. So that's what we're going to be listening to in the background throughout this whole video. So I'm a huge fan of Gil Scott-Heron. And there was one record in here that was it's called The Mind of Gil Scott-Heron, a collection of poetry and music. And if you don't know this man's music, he just recently passed away like a year or two ago. After battling his demons with drugs and alcohol and stuff, he came back and did this album called I'm New Here. And it's absolutely incredible. If you just want to hear one song off it, listen to his cover of Robert Johnson's Me and the Devil Blues. It's absolutely incredible. But not only is that album incredible, but a lot of his output from, you know, his early years, which is featured on this, he's like a sort of the grandfather of hip-hop in a way. He may not have had, like, you know, lyrics that rhymed like, you know, hip-hop does, but it's a lot of sort of, you know, it sounds like it would be stream of consciousness, but I'm certain he writes all this stuff down and puts it down on record. But The Revolution Will Not Be Televised is one of his staples. But this is a really interesting set because I'm not sure what's going on here, because it seemed to have come with another record cover. I'll show you what I mean. So you got this, and then I open it up, and there's this one that doesn't say a collection of music, but it's got a big write-up on the back. And on the back of this one, doesn't have the write-up, so it seems to be two copies of the same, oh sorry. I'll get it right. So it seems to be two copies of the same. They both have a spot where records would fit in, you know, but they're just two different ones. And it comes with two different inner sleeves too, which is really interesting. So there's this one with a lot of so this is oh, I see, wait a minute. So this is his album Secrets. Ah, I see, Secrets. But anyway, neither of those are featured in any of these, so I don't know what's going on. So there's that one, and then there's also this inner sleeve that came with it. And the creme de la creme of this packaging and stuff is just this awesome. This is just incredible photo book with his poetry and lots of really fantastic photographs. You know, it's really neat to be able to listen and go along with the poetry too. I think I might do an eye and ear, which is a, there's a nice shot of him, which is a series I tried to start a while back and kind of fell off the face of the earth, but just where I feature one album and just really talk in depth about just one album. Everything I can say about it, I just say, you know. And so that's the vinyl on Arista. It's got, let's see here, on side 1 it's got H2O Gate Blues, and 2 We Beg Your Pardon, 3 is The New Deal, and on the other side Jose Campos Torres, The Ghetto Code, and Bicentennial Blues, which is almost 9 minutes long. But if you have never listened to Gil Scott-Heron, I highly suggest checking him out. It's just incredible stuff. He's just got this incredible delivery with music, and I just love this. I just love this stuff. I wish I had more. Whenever I see it, I pick it up. It's not always cheap, but you know. Anyway, I'll put that together later. So yeah, The Mind of Gil Scott-Heron. Next in the $1 records is a really fantastic Canadian pianist that I've never heard of before. And she's highly influenced by Oscar Peterson, who is probably the most famous Canadian pianist of all time, who's played with everybody. This is a female from Montreal, I do believe, called Laurent Desmarais. Laurent Desmarais, and this is the cover. It's on the Jazz Image CBC label, and it's a digital recording of a live. I do believe this is live, but really incredible pianist. There's the label. So it's a St. John Regional Library withdrawal. That's what all those letters stand for. But just, I'm telling you, like, she goes all over the place. She's got like sort of samba beats and like you know, traditional jazz, a little bit of free jazz. This is fantastic. And I have one other record by her also, and I just love it. You should check her out. Anders, you might be able to find some of her stuff on YouTube, and anybody else out there who loves jazz should check out Laurent Desmarais. Really cool stuff. This record blew my mind. Like I love classical music, but I love sort of contemporary classical music more than any other. Like I love, you know, traditional, or what you would call traditional classical music, but this fellow was highly influenced by, Frank Zappa and his classical trajectory, and it's Edgar Varese. But I'm not sure if it's him actually playing on this or if it's just one of his compositions that are covered. But this is there's no English on this at all. It's a German, it's 100% German Deutsche Grammophon. Manzoni Mas Omaggio Edgar Varese by Schoenberg. I got another record by Schoenberg, I think, coming up in this collection too. But this is fantastic. This is so creative and inventive. It's the kind of classical music that I would say that if it wasn't classical instruments being used and you just gave them, you know, rock, like you gave them rock musician or rock instruments like a guitar and, you know, drums and stuff like that, it would sound like the most proggiest shit ever, man. It's just fusion, like it would just, it's incredible. This is a really wonderful record. And there's the back. So really cool stuff. Highly recommended that. It's a cutout too, I just realized. But, anyway, okay, something completely different now. This is a soundtrack from a Woody Allen movie. I think it's a Woody Allen movie. I could be wrong. Yes, it is a Woody Allen movie. Starring Mia Farrow, Jeff Daniels, and Danny Aiello. This is The Purple Rose of Cairo. And music composed and conducted by Dick Hyman. And this is straight ahead kind of like old school, kind of like 40s-ish jazz, like with a little bit of like a bop to it kind of thing. Really cool, really excellent stuff. There's a lot of different experiments here, like an arrangement for 3 pianos, arrangement for a swing band. Yeah, and there's even a little bit of like electronic kind of stuff. Dick Hyman, I think, dabbled with electronic music and stuff, but the Purple Rose of Cairo, the original motion picture soundtrack, released on MCA, looks like the Canadian version of MCA, another St. John St. John Regional Library withdrawal. John Coltrane 68 showed a record a while back, the Sunship Orchestra, I do believe it was. I don't have the Sunship Orchestra, but I do have a record that's on the same transcription release by CBC, and it's by the Joe Seeley Trio, and this is just awesome. This is fantastic. Really, really smart, forward-thinking jazz in a somewhat mellow, style, but really well played. There's the back. There's Joe there, Joe Seeley. He's a Montreal-based musician. And I read the story on the back, and apparently, like, you know, the guy with the CBC that was involved with this transcription thing contacted him. He was like, he knew a friend of Joe's, and Joe stopped in on a really cold February afternoon. There was a crazy snowstorm happening, and they played music all day, and they took the best of what they played. And there's the set list or whatever. Really fantastic album. I love this. I might put this in the background in one of my next videos. But there's the just really awesome CBC label, Joe Seeley. So that was $1 also, which is friggin' great price for that. I was really curious to hear the Sunship Orchestra though. That'd be really cool. And pretty neat. I got this collection of records, 60 of them, a while back, and I've been taking my time putting them out. But it came out. I got the collection right around the time when Glass Orchid, the Clockwork Orange version, came out, and I did the cover art for that. And it's just kind of a little bit of a synchronicity that I also got this at that time, and this is really, really great. I do believe Mark covered or reviewed this in that Glass Orchid Aftermath. You should check that out if you haven't already. It's a really fun production that he's doing. Walter Carlos's Clockwork Orange. This is great. I couldn't believe how good this was, and I played this at really, really high volume, and I'm glad that I did. Really interesting sort of Clockwork Orange, like right up in the back. You know, it's really experimental sort of classical based music with a lot of crescendos and just really awesome. And this is on the Columbia, the red Columbia label. And yeah, just a great record. Okay, I only have 3 left. So, and there's 2 jazz and 1 classical. This is fantastic too. On the Impulse label, one I have never really seen anybody show in the vinyl community, but it's Henry Butler. Henry Butler with five and around. This is killer also. This is, I mean, look at the people who play with them here. You know, Charlie Hayden, Billy Higgins, Freddie Hubbard, Azar Lawrence, who I showed a record from in the Spiritual Jazz video that I just finished, Jeff Clayton, and Steve Kajala, sorry. Really great. Released in 1986 on MCA Impulse. Really cool inner too. This fantastic piano player. And there's the Impulse. I don't know what much else to say about this. It's just a killer jazz record. Very creative, upbeat, somewhat spiritual at points. To be honest, like it's just a fantastic album. Now here's another relatively unknown spiritual jazz record that I should have featured in the video, but it's by a guy who was in the Shuffle Demons, I believe. I could be wrong here, but his name's Mike Merle, and this is The Curse. And this is just killer. This is so good and probably so overlooked. Canadian saxophonist from Toronto, and this is 100% spiritual jazz. I mean, you know what? I think I might just put it on so you can get a. Well, let me see what time it is. Oh, 16. I'll put it on though. I'll just put it on quickly so you can hear it. Before I do though, I want to show you the label. This is the label. Curse. This is killer, seriously. Really great record. This is on the Unity Records label, and yeah, Mike Merle. Listen to this. I'm just going to turn it up for a bit. Really cool cover too. It looks like a woodcut. Anyway, I'll shut up, but you can just this is The Curse. Right here it's a little bop, but it does get spiritual, believe me. Oh yeah. It's a promo and it came with this really nice typed Mike Merle quartet. Okay, sorry. I'll just let this play and I'll show you the last record. Arnold Schoenberg, Mel Powell, the Sequoia String Quartet. This is awesome. More contemporary classical music. Just killer. So that sums up another installment. And thanks for watching, everybody. I guess this isn't quite spiritual, but believe me, it does get spiritual. This is more bop and free almost, but it's great music. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.